David Geloza from Bandai Namco Entertainment.
So, David, what are you showing here at E3 2019?
We're showing the Bless Unleashed demo.
So, talk about, we saw this demo at GDC. What have you added on or announced since then?
So the demo is going to be very, very similar to what you saw at GDC. We might have changed up the bosses a little bit, but demo pretty much the same type of experience. What we changed since then, we've had a beta since we last talked. We got lots of good feedback on that closed beta. And so we're currently implementing changes from that closed beta.
Talk about how it's a little bit different than its PC counterpart.
Sure. So it was built for console from the ground up. So while it shares a similar name, a lot of the art assets, the world might look familiar. But other than that, new combat, new design, new quests, kind of new everything for it. All the art has been repurposed to be on Unreal Engine 4 as opposed to Unreal Engine 3 with less online. It's really a completely different game.
Can you talk about the Xbox One X experience?
Sure. So yeah, you've played it. Like, right, will be HD enhanced. The graphics just look amazing in Unreal Engine 4. Once again, like, the control scheme was really catered for the controller. So we're excited for that also.
Can you talk about some of the different classes in the game? I think we saw an archer at GDC.
Okay, sure. So we have 5 different classes that will have at launch. There will be a crusader. It's kind of like your knight, a sword and shield guy, a little bit offense, a little bit defense. We also have your berserkers, your big two-handed weapons class. You'll have the archer, the ranger. You'll have a mage, a DPS class, and then you also have your priest, which is also DPS. One thing that we're doing in Bless Unleashed is we're going away from the holy trinity of tank, DPS, healer. Every class can kind of hold their own, so we're excited for that. Classes should complement each other. You'll never be dependent on another class to do a dungeon, so you'll never have to wait 20 minutes because there's no healer.
So how big can you party up in this game?
Parties will be 5. But then we'll have field bosses where you can have as many as 20 or 30 people all fighting the giant in the grasslands.
So, and the game also has like a kind of intuitive balance system when it comes to the game is harder for the more people you have in your party, correct?
For those large bosses, yeah, the game will scale up based on your party dynamics.
So, what's your favorite class in the game, and how do you like to play it?
I believe mine's probably the ranger. The learning curve on the ranger for me was a little bit difficult, so I was getting my butt whooped a lot in the beginning. But then once I kind of figured it out a little bit, I just had lots of fun raining arrows down, doing backflips and doing arrows on people and charging up my shots and ducking and dodging. Yeah, a lot of fun.
You guys, can you give us a sense of how big this world is that you'll be exploring and adventuring in?
Sure, it's a pretty big open world. It would take you a few hours to go from one end to the other, and we're going to be expanding it as time goes on.
Can you talk about how the instance works inside your games? Am I playing in a world where I can run into another player at any time, or am I in my own unique world until I invite friends into it?
You will run into any player at any time. If you go into a dungeon or your own like farm estate, there will be instances. There might be some quests where we instance you out for story reasons, but for the most part, you'll notice people just running around. We really wanted to encourage the social aspect of it. Since it's on console, it's not so easy to type or talk to people. So we have what are called soul pyres that are kind of sprinkled around the entire world. That's where you'll regen health and trade with players. We can trade food and stuff like that, not necessarily items. But we hope that's where players will kind of group up and socialize. Like, oh, that guy killed you, I'm fighting him too. Let's go together. So
can you talk a little about your loot system? I'm assuming you have like soulbound items to you and stuff like that.
Yeah, we'll do that. Every time you kill a boss, everyone will get some loot. It's not everyone, no loot ninjas or like one person gets it for everyone's participation. There'll be no player-to-player trading. We really want to be cognizant of no like pay-to-win aspects or exploitation. So we'll have a marketplace that we're looking at where players can put up stuff for sale, and we'll have a cash shop where players can spend real money on like cosmetic goods. and small conveniences.
So like pets and like armor skins, stuff like that.
Yeah, and maybe a teleport or dual XP for an hour. Those types of things that don't really give you a gameplay advantage, but might be convenient to you and save you a little bit of time.
You talk about some of the professions in the game, and you mentioned food. Does that mean there's cooking?
There is cooking. Yep. There's cooking. There's armor smithing. There's like clothsmithing. Clothsmithing.
Tailoring.
There we go. And a few of those. Yeah.
I like clocksmithing though.
Clothsmithing. Yeah. That.
I smith cloth. What do you need?
I will never live this one down. Yeah.
So talk about some of the currencies you have in the game. Obviously, you have like an in-game currency. Then I'm guessing you have several other premium currencies.
Sure. So we have like gold, which is your normal soft currency. You get that from killing monsters, doing quests. We have Starseed, which is something that you earn. It's a premium currency, but you cannot buy it. But you get sprinkled a little bit after a period of time. You can exchange gold for Starseed up to us a few times a day. Once again, we just don't want people to exploit the system. And then we have what we call Lumina, which is your paid currency. And Lumina will buy you, the pets, the mounts, that sort of stuff.
So after I played the story and I've leveled up my character till the max level, which you can tell me what the max level is in a second, what is there to do in the end game for me?
Sure. There's the field bosses I mentioned. There's going to be PvP battlegrounds. There's going to be large dungeon bosses. And then as time goes on, we'll be doing more realm versus realm, faction-y end game stuff. Level cap, I believe, is going to be 30 to 40 on launch. I might have to get back to you. Yeah, I might have to get back to that. I want to say 30 though.
When does the game come out, and what platform will it be on?
Sure. So we have a new beta coming out very, very soon. If that goes well, we'll be out by the end of the year. If there's stuff in the beta that we feel we need to fix, we're not afraid to go a little bit longer just to make sure the game's right, and it'll be on Xbox One.
You guys right now are just announcing Xbox One as a platform. No PC, PS4, Nintendo Switch.
Not right now, no.